Hello everybody, welcome back to a new video. First video in a while. It's been like a couple weeks. I've taken a couple weeks off trading, sorta. I think I took like 3 or 4 trades in the past 2 weeks. When I happened to log on, check the markets and see, but they were very small position sizes, like less than half R. And I think in total, let's see what I did since May 5th. I lost 1 R. So what has changed in the last 2 weeks? That's what I'm going to review in today's video. I'm just going to review where my mindset is at. I'm going to review I'll review yesterday's trade because it was the only one that won. So you'll be able to, I'll be that guy who only reviews his winners. No, I'm just kidding. I'll review my loser from today as well. And what else will I review? That's it. I guess before I get into the review, I'll talk about what I want from this channel and this trading going forward. Just break down, like my philosophy, I guess would be a way to say it. So really, just I want to be as consistent as possible with in every area of my trading. I'll put my plan up because why not? I don't want to. I've got some criticism. I've received some criticism, which I covered in a previous video about changing my plan and stuff. So that's valid, and I appreciate it. But I'm a beginner, so it took me some time to change it and figure it out. But this is what I'm going to run with for the foreseeable future. I won't be updating it. I'm just going to run with this. I'm not focusing on the 5-minute EMAs. I only want to focus on the 1-hour chart. That is what matters. So yeah, this is my plan. Just going to trade with directional EMA confluence, MACD confluence, price action, just like where we are, above or below the previous 1-hour bar or inside, and then above or below the opening level. And I'll use that to inform my trades. And I won't trade unless 3 out of the 4 of these criteria are hit, because trading is hard enough. And by just sticking to these simple, easy to follow criteria, it'll keep me out of a lot of garbage. I know it'll keep me out of garbage because I've been trading nothing but garbage for like 3.5 years almost, day trading. And the past half year, not even half year, past third of a year since February, quarter of a year, like the last 3 months, 3.5, about that time frame. Sorry, it's Friday, I can't talk. I've been break even finally, and it was from being disciplined in avoiding BS, avoiding choppy conditions, and also just trying to only focus on when the conditions are in my favor. And I'm going to bring it all together, follow my plan, and hopefully things will go well for me. What else? Life-wise, I'm moving across the country from Colorado to Michigan. I'm excited. Michigan is my home state. It's going to be good to live there. I'll be able to save some money. And yeah, that's coming up in early June. So like 3 weeks from this past Tuesday, I'll be moving. It's wild. Trading philosophy-wise, just got to stay patient as hell. Only trade based on the 1-hour time frame, but use the 5-minute time frame to get in. Avoid BS. Risk management is the most important variable. I say stay disciplined, use the same size each trade, and I pretty much do that. But they're actually like there are trades where like if I just for some reason don't feel as confident in it, I won't do full size. Um, and I know that's wrong because I'm judging it based off my emotions kind of, but I don't know. Let me show you today's example. It was kind of half size today. Like we were above the opening level. We were above the previous 1 hour bar. Um, EMAs were up. MACD is up. So that's like 4 out of 4 confluence. I think maybe I had 3 out of 4 when I got in. No, I had 4 out of 4 confluence. So it felt good. But like looking at this 5 minute action, wick on top, wick on top. I just didn't feel great. Like I felt like okay, it broke out of this like resistance area. Now it's flagging. I thought sometimes it'll break and retest and then go up. This one I just broke, flagged, and then continued up quite a bit. And I was actually targeting like 72.5 was my profit target. My second profit target. My first profit target was just this first pivot, so I would have hit both profit targets. But so I got long. Why did I get long? Because we had a confirmation. We had a bar closing above the previous 1 hour, bar 35. And then we had a break above that bar here, bar 30, bar 37. And I didn't see it because I was busy during the day, working. So I didn't see it, but I saw it after, and I decided to join. Very low risk. Just put my risk underneath bar 35. I did it like below bar 34 just cuz. But if we look to the right, and what is this level to the right? It's 950 .5 or 2. 950, these in the levels that end in 00, like 100, 200, 300. These levels are like key psychological levels. Brent Donnelly talks about this in Alpha Trader, a book I highly recommend everyone reads. So just like it wouldn't have cost me that much extra just to put it just below that psychological level, like right there maybe. And at 50, at 49.5, and then my trade it wouldn't have hit. And by the way, this looks like I got back in here, but I actually entered here, and then then it went down, and I actually moved one of the contracts down to right here. I don't know why I did, but I just moved one down just to right here, kind of intuitively, and the 3 got stopped out, and then the 1 didn't, and then I went back up, and I was like, no, like I should respect my stop out, so I just closed the position and got stopped out fully. But had I not done that and just let it go, it would have hit, take profit, but I don't want to like move my stop loss. Like the fact is, it went to where all 3 of them were stopped out. I should have just let it be stopped out. But next time, like when I am placing stop losses, if we are pretty close to these key psychological levels, like 100, 200, 300, 150, 250, 350, I will consider like, hey, if it's only an extra point or two, just putting it below there. But all in all, this was a good trade. It was a good loss. I'm not unhappy I lost at all because I respected my plan. I got long when I had higher time frame confluence. I had a confirmation break, and I just got unlucky. I got stopped out. But guess what? If I would have stayed with the position, would have made about 22 points on it if I would have held the full 2 hours or so, 2.5 hours. But hey, even still, just targeting like a 10-point move, which is still great. That's 1R or more. With 2 contracts, that's 1R, but I had 4 contracts, so it would have been 2R to get a 10-point move. That's really good. That's $200, and that would have happened in less than half an hour. And broke through this pivot, had a pullback, a flag, and could have got long here again. and made another 10 points. So there was a couple ways to trade this. Could have just held for the whole position. Could have targeted, the pivot or 1R, uh, and then taking a second trade. Better to just hold the whole trade through because less fees, less interference, less emotions. But, 2 trades isn't bad. So just missed out. Was working. Couldn't trade it, but was a good loss. That was the loss. I said I wanted to cover yesterday's win. Um, what do we have going for us here? We're bullish on the EMAs. We were above the opening level, and we were outside of the previous 1 hour bar. We didn't have MACDs our way because the signal is long when both of these are above the 0 line, short when both are below the 0 line. So I almost had the long signal, but I didn't. But I still had 3 out of 4 confluence, so I got long, and it hit. And I just target my take profit. I need to start talking about my take profits more because those are equally as important to the stop loss. I would say maybe not as important, but still very important. I just looked left. I said, okay, there's a range yesterday. I'm just going to target the middle of the range because I know price kind of acts as a vacuum. And it went right back to the middle of the range, and I made 10 easy points. And I risked 10 points. So it was a 1-to-1 trade, but worked out really well for me, and I'm happy with how that shook out. And it actually went up much higher too, by the way. Like this is where I got in, and it went up quite higher. But I don't care about that because I just want to follow my plan. And if I follow my plan, I'll have a 50 to 60% win ratio. I'll get on my wins, I'll have 1 to 2R, sometimes even 4 or 5R wins. So even with a 40 or 50% win rate, if I can do that, or if I have a 60% win rate and I'm just getting 1R trades every time, long term, both of those will work out really well for me. And I want to just kind of balance those approaches depending on the market we're in. Today's market was a lower, and yesterday's market too, it was a lower ATR compared to the volatility we've been in. It was at about 6 for the 5-minute ATR, which is, it's been about 10 or 12 or sometimes even 15 for most. At least before I took my 2-week break, it was like that for a month, and it looks like it's still been like that recently. Wonder why my dog's barking. I'm gonna take him on a walk after this. Okay, I've been talking a lot. I guess that's what I do in these videos. I want to make them more concise and more enjoyable to watch for like a broader audience maybe, but I don't know. I don't know how else to do it. I guess I'm just kind of documenting my journey, as you know, if you've been following the channel. So if you have any tips for me, I really welcome feedback. Like, I don't take things personally. I mean, as long as you're not being a dick, but if you're leaving constructive criticism or whatever, I really appreciate that stuff a lot. So if you have any ideas for videos you want me to make, how I can improve the channel, please let me know. Please like and subscribe to the video. I really appreciate you watching. I hope everyone has a good weekend, stays safe, relaxes, and enjoys themselves. So here's to a great next rest of the year in trading. I really hope 2025 can be my first profitable year. I'm optimistic. I'm hopeful. I feel really good about things, especially after this 2-week break. It was still a big break. I didn't trade the open once, and it was great. But I'm ready to be back trading. I got caught up in my work. It was very productive. And I'm excited to keep that ball rolling. So thank you again. Appreciate it. It's going to be a good year, hopefully. And I appreciate you watching, and hit me up on Discord and email in the description. Peace.